Hi Jake, my name is Christina. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO. I told you I'd get you 3 tips over on how to improve your website to get you above your competition. So real quick, we're going to talk about the 3 things that are the most important. That's going to be content, citations, and backlinks. So the average website needs 1,000 to 1,500 words on their homepage in order to be optimized with Google. Currently on your homepage, you're sitting at about 500 words. So my first suggestion is to get that content up on your first page over that 1,000, and it really just depends on what your competition is doing on how you determine how many words you need. Your number one competitors, when I searched HVAC St. George, Utah, this is one keyword that we would want to rank for. Your number one competitors when you come down here are Snow Canyon HVAC, and when I pulled up their website, they're actually only sitting at about 550 words, so they're just barely beating you out in that aspect. So if you get that high quality content with some of those keywords built in, such as HVAC St. George, Utah, that's one way to get you to rank on Google. And if you look here, I have this tool that's built into my Google account. It shows that approximately 140 people a month are searching for HVAC St. George, Utah, and that's just one keyword. So that's 140 customers that you're potentially missing out on by not being on the first page of Google. The second thing we're going to talk about are citations. So when you do any kind of Google search, the next visible section you see here is called the Google Map Pack. And our goal is to try to get up in the top 3, because some people, when they're searching, especially when it's a service where they'll come out to their house, they'll look for something that's nearby to make sure that they're getting a local business. So in the Google Map Pack, you're going to see the business name, address, and phone number. And I have this tool that we're going to talk about called whitespark.ca. And this is how you can see what we need in order to get into the top here. What you need is called citations. And what a citation is when you submit your information into a directory like Yellow Pages, Yelp, CityStar, etc. The basic concept is the more citations you have, the higher you're going to be ranked in the Google Map Pack. Right now, when we plug you into this whitespark.ca, this is something you can go out and get yourself. It's a local citation finder. And basically this figures out how many citations you have versus your competition. This costs about $30 a month. And like I said, you can go sign up for it to yourself to see what your competition's doing. When I plugged you in, AC by JD, you're currently sitting at 29 citations. The top here is SNS Air Conditioning and Heating for the citations, and they're sitting at 47. Great thing about this tool is you can actually click in here and compare which ones do they have that you don't have. And whatever they have that you don't have, you just go in here and click on, and it'll pull you right up to the citation, and you just have to fill in your information. Some of them are free, some of them are not, just depends on what you want to go out and find. But you can do a side-by-side comparison of what you have versus what your competition has. The last thing that we're going to talk about is backlinks. So basically we call this link juice. Simply, it works like Site A points to Site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes. It's like a popularity contest. Basically speaking, the more link juice you have, the more popular you are, the higher you're going to be on a Google ranking. However, one thing you have to keep in mind is link juice is more effective if you have a relative site linking back to you. For example, a blog post about chiropractic care from another site is not going to have anything to do with HVAC, so it's not going to give you as much authority as an actual blog post about HVAC, air conditioning, heating, garages, those kind of things that you guys would have a blog post about. So it's because you don't do chiropractic care for a living, so you want to make sure it's relevant to what you're doing. Another tool that I have that I'm going to show you, again, you can go out and get this. It's called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. This one costs about $100 a month, but it really gives you a very deep and detailed look at what your website's doing. So I pulled up yours, and currently the big thing that we want to look at when it comes to the link juice is this referring domains and the number of backlinks. So you have 10 different websites with 49 different backlinks that are pointing back to your site. The number one, like we talked about, was the Snow Canyon, and I pulled them up, and they're sitting at 30 different referring domains with 178 backlinks. So that's where they're beating you out, is the number of backlinks they have. And just like the Whitespark, where you can go in and click on which domains they have, figure out where they're listed, and you can go and get those same links that they have by getting you just reach out to whoever it is, like My Local Utah, and say, hey, what does it take for me to get a backlink on your site in order to come back to my website? They usually tell you it costs X amount of dollars. Same thing like Citations, those are free. But you want to make sure that you've got a good mix of the free and the paid sites. So in closing, we talked about content, getting your website up to that 1,000 to 1,500 words. Citations, I wouldn't beat them out by just a little bit. Let's see, they have less than double of what you have. I would more than double what they have. So I'd start out with at least 80 citations, probably even more, because you really don't want to just beat them by a little bit. You want to beat them by a lot to make sure you get up at the top. If it works for them, it'll work for you. And then the last thing is link juice. So like I said, you're currently sitting at those 10 referring domains. Your competition's sitting at 30 for a total of 178 backlinks, so you'd want to beat them out. I hope this helps make a little bit more sense on things that you can do. Again, you can go out and do this yourself. However, if this sounds like you just don't have a lot of time to be doing this, I'd love to help you out. You can call me at 816-323-4100. Again, my name is Christina, and thanks for watching my video.